Hey everybody, welcome back to Survival Superhero. Today we're gonna be going over 4 ways you can get 30 days of freeze-dried prepper food for $200. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it might be something you would never even consider buying, but it's one of the most amazing prepper foods that I've ever seen. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so we can help you with prepper food and survival regularly. Now let's get straight into the video. If you're looking for a way to get 30 days of freeze-dried prepper food for $200, then you are in the right place. I'm about to reveal 4 different ways you can do exactly that. Freeze-dried food is really amazing. It is one of the most remarkable technological advances in food of the 21st century. It can remove almost all of the water from food, allowing you to store it for up to 25 years or longer. And all you have to do is pour water on it, and it tastes as good as if it were fresh. Almost sounds too good to be true, but it is true. But unfortunately, you can buy some bad freeze-dried food if you don't know what you're looking for. To be completely honest with you, the best thing to do when you first get into prepping and stockpiling food is not to buy these pre-packaged buckets or kits with lots of food in it for a low price. The best thing is to make your own kit. That way, you have complete control over everything inside and can tweak it to your personal needs and tastes. For example, you might buy a giant bucket of freeze-dried food that has a bunch of meals or flavors that you really don't like. But you won't know that until it comes time to use it in an emergency situation and you're stuck eating some food that you totally hate. Watch till the end of the video to find out why you might be better off storing rice and beans instead of buying $200 worth of freeze-dried food bundles. So ideally, you want to put together your own kits and bug-out bags. Some people even recommend staying away from these large buckets of food completely. But some of these buckets are still worth having as long as you do some research and you know what you're getting. But first, here's a quick warning about the price. Before we get going, let's take a look at one of the best tasting examples of freeze-dried food on the market today. It's the Peak Refuel Freeze-Dried Food Series. Here's one of their buckets of freeze-dried food. It contains only 9,000 calories though. It is recommended to store 2,000 calories of food per person per day, so that would be 60,000 calories for one person in 30 days. So to get to 60,000 calories with the Peak Refuel Basecamp bucket, we would have to buy 6 or 7 buckets, which would be about $1,000 for 30 days of food. So that tells us something about freeze-dried food. Freeze-drying is an extremely complicated and ultimately expensive process, so freeze-dried food usually does not come cheap. And if the best stuff costs almost $1,000 for 30 days worth of food, then it's reasonable to expect some loss of quality or taste when you instead spend $200 on 30 days worth of food. Simply put, don't expect the stuff that costs $200 for 30 days worth of food to taste as good as the stuff that costs almost $1,000 for 30 days worth of food. Having said that, let's take a look at 4 ways you can get 30 days of freeze-dried prepper food for $200. Did you know you can actually freeze-dry your own food at home? That way, you can freeze-dry your favorite foods and even entire meals and be sure you're going to be eating something good in an emergency situation. Keep watching until the end to learn how. First up, it's the Augason Farms 1-person 30-day emergency food supply, QSS certified. It's $126.02. This averages 1,854 calories per day, 46 grams of protein per day, and contains a total of 307 servings. Coming in at about $3 per day, this bucket has enough food for one person to eat for 30 days or for a family of 4 to eat for 1 week. Now QSS means Quality Survival Standards, and it means that you are guaranteed to have a minimum of 1,800 calories and 40 grams of protein per person per day. It actually gives you more than that, coming in at a total of 1,854 calories and 47 grams of protein per person per day. Augason Farms boldly claims that the nourishment that you get from their product puts you in a better position to not only survive, but also thrive during an emergency or crisis situation. It comes in a watertight 8.5 gallon pail made for easy transportation and storage. This will also store for over 25 years. Some of the foods include creamy potato soup, creamy chicken rice, maple brown sugar oatmeal, hearty vegetable soup, and cheesy broccoli rice. It also includes a meal planner to help you spread out your meals properly. Check down below in the description for a link if you would like to check out the Augason Farms one-person 30-day emergency food supply. Next up, it's the all-purpose Readiness kit. They also call this the ARC, and it comes from Chef's Banquet and the Ready Project. This provides 2020 calories per day for 30 days for one person. Average serving contains about 200 calories, and you get an average of 49 grams of protein per day, 390 carbohydrates per day, and 28 grams of fat per day. Like the rest of the freeze-dried foods on this list, all you have to do to rehydrate this food is add some water. The all-purpose Readiness kit from Chef's Banquet has a 15-year shelf life. There is no high fructose corn syrup in the ARC from Chef's Banquet either. Meal varieties include maple brown sugar oatmeal, 6-grain rolled cereal, Spanish rice, savory black beans and rice, and cinnamon rice pudding. Check the description below for a link for more information about the ARC All-Purpose Readiness Kit from Chef's Banquet. Next on the list is the Legacy Premier 60-serving Entree Bucket. It costs $199. Now the Legacy Premier Bucket actually has only 23,400 calories, which is almost 40,000 calories short of 2,000 calories per day for 30 days. But that's because some of the meals do not contain a total of 2,000 calories, obviously. There's 11 days where you eat 2,000 calories, but the rest of them you'll be eating less than 2,000 calories per day. It actually only is an average of 742 calories per day, but it's spread out in a way that you hopefully won't be too hungry. The Legacy Premier 60-serving Entree Bucket is vegetarian friendly. Some of the meals included are Italian pasta with marinara, pasta alfredo, enchilada, beans and rice, stroganoff, a classic chili mix, and macaroni and cheese. Check down in the description for a link if you would like to check out the Legacy Premier Bucket. And finally, we have the ReadyWise Bucket. ReadyWise is another popular company when it comes to freeze-dried prepper food buckets. With their 30-day emergency food supply, you get a total of 1,800 calories and 50 grams of protein per day. It comes with 10 different meal options, including breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and even drinks. This emergency food supply will last up to 25 years. To rehydrate the food, you just need to pour water on it and stir it up, then cover it and let it sit for 15 minutes before you eat it. Keep watching because the next one is really incredibly amazing. If anybody out there is looking for food in a pill, I think we have just the thing for you. Let's talk about some other options. Now, there are other ways to get 30 days of food for way under $200, but it isn't going to be with freeze-dried food. Like we talked about earlier, freeze-drying is a complex and expensive technology, so it's going to cost more, much more, to buy 30 days worth of freeze-dried food than it would, say, 30 days worth of something like these survival tabs. 30-day survival food supply. Now this will give you 30 days of nutrition for $80. I wouldn't really call survival tabs food. Survival tabs are exactly what they sound like, little tablets that you ingest that provide your body with nutrients and vitamins that it needs to stay alive. Survival tabs were originally designed to help American astronauts survive in outer space, and they have a 25-year shelf life. According to the Survival Tabs company, a person can survive 4 to 5 months by eating these survival tabs exclusively. How is this possible? Here's how the Survival Tabs company explains it. When it comes to food, quality is way more important than quantity. When you eat food, up to 60% of that food is unused by your body. Your body actually converts up to 60% of the food you eat directly to fat. If your body is not even absorbing the food you eat, what good is it? But with the Survival Tabs, your body digests them completely, extremely quickly, so 99% of the nutrition is absorbed into your body. And within 5 minutes of consuming these Survival Tabs, 97% of the protein in the tabs is available to your body to repair and replace essential body tissues and fluids. The Survival Tabs aren't just used for extreme emergency survival purposes either. Doctors and business people use them to keep fueled throughout their busy workday. Construction workers use them to make it through a long shift, and people even use them to help lose weight. Check the description below for a link if you'd like to learn more about these Survival Tabs. Now let's talk about rice and beans. Rice and beans is always a favorite on everyone's survival food lists, and there's a really great reason for that. There's many reasons actually. One reason is because rice and beans combined give your body all the essential amino acids it needs to function. Another is because of the price. Rice and beans is super inexpensive. You can get a 50-pound bag of rice for $25 to $40. There's a total of 82,400 calories in 50 pounds of rice uncooked. On top of that, you can get 24 pounds of lentils for $75 in the Augason Farms Lentil Beans Emergency Bulk Food Storage 4-gallon pail, with a total of 36,960 calories. In 30 days, you only need 60,000 calories total if you're eating 2,000 calories per day per person. With just rice and beans combined, we've got enough food for 60 days for under $100. And you can get even cheaper than that too. If you buy chickpeas, you can easily get 3 or 4 months worth of food for around $100. So there's definitely other options available for long-term food storage solutions besides just buying freeze-dried food. It just depends on what your particular needs are. Now what about freeze-drying your own food? That's right, you can actually freeze-dry your own food in your own home with the Harvest Right Home Freeze Dryer. Now it costs between $2,000 and $5,000 depending on which one you get, but you can freeze dry pretty much anything you want to with it, and it'll stay fresh for up to 25 years or more. And all you have to do to rehydrate it is add some warm water to it, just like the freeze-dried food you can buy in the store. Check out the link in the description if you would like to learn more about freeze-drying your own food at home with the Harvest Right Home Freeze Dryer. Or click the card on the screen to watch a video we made that explains how it works. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you with prepper food, survival, and more. Check out this playlist of awesome survival gear, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.